going to be talking about one of the companies that is providing one of the most powerful investment opportunity for the rich and the wealthy. And actually, it is very important for us to also to pay attention to what's happening in that space, because we don't want to just keep on working for the rich and the wealthy. We also want to also create our own world, create our own generational world for people who are interested in this. This will be a good opportunity for you. Now, this company is called SpaceX. SpaceX is one of the most innovative company in our time and our season, and right now they're about to debut their IPO, which is their initial public offering. So they're taking the company from a private company to a public company. So in this video, the first thing we need to know is what is SpaceX, for those who are not aware of what this company does and who founded this company and what is the vision of this company, what is their status, what is their net worth, who are the major founders and co-founders and even working personnel in this company. These are all what we're going to be treating in this video. So we're going to talk about SpaceX. SpaceX is a company that actually builds rockets. They launch rockets. They also send astronauts into space, and also they're also involved in the global internet coverage through their Starlink satellite company. This is what SpaceX does in a nutshell. Now we're going to talk about the founder. The founder is the well-known billionaire Elon Musk, and the co-founder is Tom Mueller. The CFO is Brett Johnson, and also the COO is Glenn Shotwell, sorry. And these names are major names in the engineering space. You may not know them, but they're actually very reliable and efficient when it comes to the work. Most important thing to know is Elon Musk, because this guy has done a lot in the space of engineering, in the space of technology. Now I want to talk about the start of the company. The company is a private company. It is evaluated at the net worth is around 800 billion. So already it's $1 billion company. So you understand. Now they're talking that if it goes to debut in its IPO, if it goes public, it's going to be within the estimated valuation of 1.5 trillion to 1.7 trillion US dollars. So when it go public, it has the potential of becoming a $1 trillion company. And now who are going to be those who are going to be reaping the money from that? Those who are the early investors. And it's a private company, so you don't actually have the right to just go out buy. But there are also some major companies who has already invested into these private companies. Those who are going to be trillionaires in just in a day. So that's a big IPO debut, and this is one of the biggest IPO debut. This is going to be one of the biggest IPO debuts since Saudi Arabia Aramco. So it's something that I think we need to also pay attention to. And now we're going to look at what are the products that this company make, because they're making a company. You're actually either rendering service, you're either making a product, or you're either selling something. So you see that this company is actually selling a product. They sell product, they render service. You understand? Their hands are literally both in the software technology and in the hardware technology. Some of their spacecraft products are like the Falcon 9 booster, which is the reusable rocket, which actually is a massive innovation in the aerospace environment, because this is one of the rockets that is able to be reused. Most time when all these rocket launchers or rocket booster that goes in, they also burn out and they destroy. So, and these are what millions, you understand, now just destroyed, and you have to, for you to send another satellite into space, you have to remake another. But now, due to this innovation by SpaceX, they could actually send out a satellite and actually bring back the rocket booster. This is Falcon 9. They have also made the Crew Dragon. The Crew Dragon is a capsule that is meant to take astronauts into space, and they also made the Cargo Dragon. This spacecraft is majorly used to carry heavy payloads, so your load, your technology, your heavy asset that you need in space. These are the spacecraft that carry out that. Now, one of the technology also know that they are actually working on now developing is the Starship. You hear me? Starship. Now this is a massive rocket that is meant to carry out mission into space and into other planets. For example, this starship is actually created for Mars mission. So that's some of their products, and these are some of the places in which that this company is actually making advancements. And also one of the major one, Starlink, is providing global internet coverage to our own earth. So actually, if this company get big enough, it can actually provide internet coverage to even region such as the Amazon jungle. So you could be in Amazon jungle, as long as you have a Starlink connected to your phone down to this satellite, you have no issue. You could operate your data coverage, you could operate anything you want to do. So you see that he's actually making innovative technology. So that's on every. We are actually saying that major institutions all over the world are actually very excited and ready to pounce on into this IPO. We're looking at major stakeholders are ready to buy massive amount of share into this company, because now this company actually is going to yield dividends for those who are looking into future technologies and looking into future advancements of human civilization. So these are very important IPO that is granting investment opportunity this year, and we know that it's going to be debuting by June, or we have heard that it's going to be debuting by June. We have also seen that SpaceX and Elon Musk have actually gone to file their S1 document with SEC. So this is the number one thing. You have to first file the paperwork. They have done that. The next thing we're going to see they're going to be doing, we're going to look at, they're going to be revealing their financial data, because people need to know how profitable is the company, what are their profits, what are their capitals, and every financial data they needed to store the company is going to be also revealed. Secondly, what we are going to be seeing is we're going to be seeing investment bank step into this IPO, such as Sterling Morgan, JP Morgan, this major investment bank. We are going to be watching how they are going to play a role in this IPO. Number one thing you're going to also noticing, okay, what is the price? Okay, at what price are we looking to buy this share? We're going to also be looking at who is going to set the price. We're also going to be looking at the company valuation. So these are some many things that are going to be in this IPO debut. And while we are looking at this, because we have to make our strategy and look, okay, how we're going to step in if we are willing to invest into this. So this is number one strategy. You're going to look at what other people are doing. So I'm just stating some plan that there are people who are ready to invest in this are going to be watching. We are going to watch about their financial data, waiting for their financial data, looking at their file paperwork. They're going to be looking at who's going to set the price. They're going to be looking at which investment bank are going to be involved. They're going to be looking at where is it going to be listed. Is it going to be listed in the NYSE, or is it going to be listed in NASDAQ? They're going to be looking at all this, and most of all the time is going to be debut. And one of the things that people that they are going to be looking for also, these major investors are going to be looking at, okay, is Starlink, which is part of the SpaceX, is it going to IPO before SpaceX? That means it's going to go public, because what we are getting the news is that Starlink is about to go public before, but we don't know, but they are still watching. So this is a very important place. We see people watching. Then now, before you now talk about investing, you're going to ask yourself this question: what is the vision of the company, and does the vision of the company, does it align with my own vision? Does it align with where I see the world economy is going, or the future of technology and the advancement of human civilization? So you're going to ask that, and when you ask that, if it does, you have to now begin to move to the next strategy, which is what do I do next? But if it does not, maybe you will seek investment in other places. But these are major things you're going to look at. You have to look at the vision of the company. Does the vision of the company, does it align with your vision? We already know the vision of SpaceX involved in the planetary travel, which is making human a multi-planetary species. We are looking at their mission to Mars. We are looking at the development of future technology in different aspects. We are also looking at, okay, are they going to be acquiring SpaceX to themselves, which is going to mean they're going to be integrating AI technology into their company. So you're going to be looking at all this, and you look at a company that is playing both in internet coverage, AI advancement, future transportation to space, and even on Earth. So you're going to look at all this. Does it align with my vision? If it does, good. If your vision aligns with the vision of the company, good. Now, when you have come to that decision, you have to now ask yourself one major thing: what is my own strategy? What's your strategy? Now, it's easy. Number one, start to build capital. You need to, because it's not when the time comes. Oh no, because you need to build capital first of all, so that you can be able to invest a significant percent in the shares of the company. That is what's going to yield you more profit or more dividends in the future. So you're going to also look for a good and reliable investment platform. You're going to also be involved in the IPO day strategy. You're going to have your own strategy for in the day of the IPO, because you're going to either watch, okay, am I going to go in with the first buyer, or am I going to wait for some days to see whether the share is going to drop, then I get at the cheaper rate? But you have to have your own personal strategy in the time of the IPO, right? Then also you're going to also be immersed in the IPO news. You have to be immersed in the space so you can know what's happening, what's the tone you're saying. You can't just, okay, on that day, no, you have to be immersed in that news. And also I will say one thing: you have to think long term. You have to have a long-term plan. This is not going to be, oh, I just invested in the next 6 months, I need my money quick. No, it's going to be a future, this is a company providing future technology. So you have to have the mind of a long-term investment. So these are some of the strategies that I think that you will need for your for you to invest in the company. And also, you're going to also need one thing. You're going to know where it's actually going to launch in the stock market. So you need to know. So where are the listings in the stock market? So these are some important points you need to know, because this is going to be one of the most significant investments, just as Apple, Microsoft. This is a company that only changed the advancement of human civilization with their software and the hardware technology. So this is going to be that pivotal moment once more in human history. So the question is, are you ready? Because this is going to be happening.